Hi guys, welcome back to my channel once again. This is Suleiman Smile Atta. In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate your neck measurement when you are cutting it. And I've outlined two formulas that I use that make things very easy for me. You don't need to memorize these two formulas. You can just write them on a piece of paper and paste it in your shop. So whenever I want to use it, you just look at it and I'll make use of the formula. That is how I do it. So on the paper, I hope you can see what is on the paper. The width, the W, is for the width of the neck when you are cutting the neck or your senator top, and the length, L, is the length of the neck when you are cutting it. So this is the formula I use, and here is how to use the formula. So the N is the neck, and that is all. Here is how to do it. Assuming the neck of my client is 17 inches. So what I will do is very simple. I will just substitute this 17 into this formula, then calculate out the width of the neck of my client. So here is how to do it. So for the substitution, to get the width is very simple. W will be equal to the neck, which is 17 over 6 minus 0.3. So that will be equal to, with the aid of your calculator, you don't need to stress yourself to use your head, so you can just do it directly from your calculator. In this case, 17 over 6, which is equal to 2.83. so 2.8, I'm going to remove that 8 as 3, so I'm going to be making use of 2.8 minus 0.3, so that will be 2.5. so it's, in this case, the width of the neck of this client of mine is 2.5 inches, and 2.5, you know where it's, that is replaced 2.5 of an inch. So, and for the length, it's very simple. You just have to substitute the width to the length formula, and it will give you the length of it. Please note, this is for the front panel of a senator top only, and not the back panel. So this front panel will determine the back panel neck of a senator top. So in this case, so the length will now be L will be equal to, substitute this into the formula here, it will be 2.5 plus 0.5. so the length in this case will be 3 inches. So that is how to do this simple math. It's very simple as this. So I'm going to show you later in the video how to use these formulas on your senator top when you are cutting it. Thank you. So since this is an educational video, I'm not going to be using real material to do the tutorial. This is a gum stay, and I'm going to use the gum stay to cut the senator top neck holding. Okay, for the slant, from here to here is simply 2.5 of an inch. Let me write that 2.5 here. 2.5 of an inch. That is for the slant of my senator top. So for the width that I was talking about that time, so the width I was talking about is to measure from here to here to get the width of the neck, and the length that I was talking about is from here to here. So I'm going to apply it now. So in this our case, our calculated width is 2.5 of an inch. Hope you can see 2.5. So I'm going to measure from here to here 2.5. And yeah, I also do the same thing here. And for the length of the neck that I was talking about, length is 3 inches. So the length is going to be like this from here downward. So I'm going to measure 3 inches here. This is the length that I was talking about. So I'm going to draw a straight line here. Then I'm going to connect all these points together. So I'm going to curve the neck. You know, our neck is round. Make it very curved. Give it a nice curve as shown. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to apply my shoulder measurement. You know, this line is our neckline and this is our shoulder line. So I'm going to apply my my shoulder measurement here. Some tailors call it back measurement, so either one you can use. Okay, I'm going to assume the back of this client of mine is 17 inches. So when I divide 17 by 2, that is 8.5 plus half of an inch sewing allowance. So that everything will now be 9 inches. So I'm going to mark 9 inches here. And I'm going to connect from the neckline down to the shoulder line where I mark my 9 of an inch as shown on the screen. So this is how this slant look like. And that is all. So I would love to include the chest measurement. To get our chest measurement is very simple. Assuming the chest of this client of mine is 40, so 40, I'm going to divide 40 by 4. That will be 10. I will subtract 1.5 for the back panel. That 1.5 will rest at the back panel. So in this case, 10 minus 1.5, that is 8.5. You can use your calculator or your tape measurement. So in this case, from my shoulder line to my chest line will be 8.5. You can watch a detailed video on how to do this on my channel. I have videos on this. I'm sorry, 8.5 here. So 8.5 will be my chest line. This is my chest line. We use our chest measurement to determine our chest line. So this is our neck. The first line is the neckline, the second line is the shoulder line, and the third line is the chest line. So that is how simple it is. So I'm going to, since my chest measurement is 40, so I'm going to measure 40 on this. But before I do that, I would like to apply the shoulder measurement on this my chest measurement to take the front deepness of this senator top. You know, the front panel armhole is always deeper than that of the back panel. You can check my videos and watch them. So I'm going to connect them together. So this my ruler is 1 inch wide. So the deepness of the front panel of this senator top is going to be 1 inch. Later in the video you understand what I'm talking about. So this is the deepness of this front panel. So now the next thing I'm going to do is simply to apply my chest measurement, which is 40 divided by 4, that is 10 inch. So I mark that 10 inches and I'm going to add 1 inch for sewing allowance. Yes, that is it. So I'm going to use my armhole curve to connect them together. You can use this one or any one you have, but this is the one I use. So you are going to connect them together to get your armhole. Simple as this. So it's as simple as this. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to do the cutting, then do the back panel. Remember, the front panel deepness is 1 inch. You can dip it by 1.5, but it should not exceed that 1.5, please. So this is my front panel. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut the back panel of this senator top. So this is our front panel, and this I'm going to use this as our back panel. So I'm going to place my front panel on my back panel in this way. I'm going to place it like this. So I'm going to trim along the slant of the front panel on the back panel using my ruler to get a straight line. So I'm going to trim along it. So it's as simple as that. So you know, we reserved 1.5 inch for the back panel when we were cutting the front panel armhole that time. So in this case, I'm going to pull this front panel down 3 inch. That 3 inch, when you divide it by 2, that is 1.5. So 3 inch. Here is my 3 inch, and the division of it is 1.5. So I'm going to fold this back panel over the front panel. So you can watch my video on this. This is another video for neck cutting calculation. So a detailed video is on my channel. You can go and watch it. So the next thing you are going to do is to cut along the front panel neck on the back panel. It's very simple. I'm going to use my pen to mark it, and but to make sure it is round. So I have it already. So, and always remember to add 1/2 inch for sewing allowance here on your shoulder sewing allowance. There is 1/2 inch here between the front panel and the back panel when you fold it over. Hopefully you can see, because this gum should be transparent enough for you to be able to see the 1/2 inch allowance. Hopefully you can see it. So there is sewing allowance here on the neck. So in this case, our neck is 17. So I'm going to measure this neck round. It should give us 8.5. Yes, we have our 8.5 inch for the neck. So that is how to do it. We have our 8.5 for the neck, and that is all for this video. Thank you for watching my video. If you like the video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, because that will ginger me, that will give me the strength to make more videos. Thank you. So guys, in order to avoid the wrinkle formation on the chest of a extended top, you must make sure that your front panel is always deeper than the back panel, and you should also leave 1 inch for the back panel, so that the shirt will be free. The person, your client, will feel comfortable when he or she wear the outfit. So that is the reason why I dip the front panel than the back panel.